our guest speaker, Mark Kunderberty, where he's going to be talking about money and markets. But before I announce our guest speaker, we have a very special announcement to make. As many of you know, I need to get my reading glasses. Tonight is my last night as the organizer and facilitator for the Blissful Biz Women. I'm going to be spending most of my time in Sacramento at the Founders Institute for Startups, where I'm going to be immersed in my software, start taking it to the next level. So tonight, I want to formally introduce the Blissful Biz Women's new leader. Let's welcome Jane Calvary. Thank you. I am passing the torch, the baton. So we'll put it right here for now. So we are so grateful to have you, and I know you're going to take this group to a whole new level with your vision, and I'm going to sit down and let you talk.
Well, we're totally in alignment. I think that's what made this easy. I've been watching Brenda's group from the very beginning. I found you on Facebook, and I've been tracking you, and it just took me a while to finally get here. So I believe that business can be a force for good in the world. And when I was a lot younger, before the corporation took over and really sort of went ballistic, I really saw that it was a place to give my gifts and to work so that we could create the world that we want and that works for everyone. So I've spent 25 years working for Montessori schools.
Nice.
I discovered Dr. Montessori when I was just a mother. My first son was born, and she was a spiritual inspiration to me. How many people have had some contact or some connection with Montessori schools? Yeah. So I started out as an administrative assistant, and I was admissions director, I was assistant to a head, I was a preschool director, and then I finished my career with being a head of school for a preschool through 6th.
This blooms and continues to bloom as your
Beautiful
success in your next business venture.
Yay! Oh, thank you.
We also know
thank you
that in times of stress
or birthdays,
or birthdays, that qigong meditation, deep breathing, tai chi only goes so far.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of tequila in here.
A little bit.
And from your volunteer team.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for everything you've done.
But no risk means that you can't lose any zeros on whatever it is you have. In other words, if I have a $20 bill and I bury it in the ground and I pull it out later, will the zeros change? No. Okay. So what happened is we were spending a lot of these, and Charles de Gaulle. Remember Charles de Gaulle? Yeah. He had a nose bigger than I was. French president. Chuck was not stupid. And what he saw, he said, the United States seems to be printing a lot of money, and I don't think they have as much gold as they are printing. Because remember, they were receipts, right?
Isn't that what they're doing now?
They are. They are. They didn't want to see that. They didn't want the misery and what was going to happen. So what they did was very stupid. When we hit this point, the market started to crash. We had a liquidity crisis. And so what happened is the banks started first, hedge funds, they needed cash, so they started selling everything. We saw a worldwide fire sale. Usually, when you see bonds go down, stocks go up. When you see oil goes down, gold might go up. We see red and black on the board. But this was a worldwide fire. $50 grand in 2001 to build a kitchen. And my wife said, well, I want to build this kitchen. I said, no, we're going to wait. And so she waited for 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. Because the price of granite was $2,500 a slab. Contractors were so expensive. We waited till 2006. I knew it was coming. You know, I knew it was coming. You couldn't see it. Anybody could see it. I don't know why the mainstream press didn't see it. So we waited. In 2000, I think it was 2007 or 8 in August, Brian Williams came on the TV and he said, incredibly, Citibank is near the brink. Near the brink. And I said, now! Because I was at Chop Block, drinking wine. And I said, now. And she says, oh, I should tell her. Kids are home. So I said, no, the kitchen. She goes, oh. And so we waited 6 months, and Granite had dropped to $700, and contractors were lining up at the door. I bought her a new car. I've never bought a new car, but I bought her a new car. We went to Disneyland. Now, did I have any more than $50,000? No, but the kitchen now costs me $25,000. So, this is coming back. When you lose 10, I'm not down far enough, don't sell. 15, I'm not down far enough, don't sell. 20, same thing. When you get to about 25 to 30%, the advisor tells you, and your mind, and I've been guilty of this, says, I'm down too far, I don't want to sell now. We've never had an out. Interest rates skyrocket, that mortgage is going to get very small in relation to what around is going to happen. In other words, my dad took out $20,000 to buy a house in Westlake in the 50s. There was a lot of money in him, but is that a lot of money now? No. So if you have a mortgage and we're afraid of inflation, you keep your mortgage because that'll work in your favor. What does it do when you print money? Cause inflation, right?
Right.
Everybody knows that. So they print money and they cause inflation. And an economic fact is that wages are lagging.
Yes.
That means that wages do not keep up with the things you buy.
Right.
All right. So it's a very seductive theft. You got to appreciate a good con.
Yes.
What they do is they print money, and you get more salary, so you think you're doing better, right? Salary goes up, your houses go up, your stock goes up. Oh, we're doing better. However, the prices of everything you buy go up faster. So the longer you run this race, the worse you get. That's why when I was going to school, my bus driver, who had 4 kids, could go to Disneyland and go to the doctor, and you can't do anything unless you have 2 people working. Right? What happens? As more people fall under the bus, the people at the surface that can't afford a 1% increase in food, they go poor, right? And what do? They shout out, we're poor, to the government. And the government does what? Okay, more social programs. So they print more money. They print more money, guess what that does to inflation? Round 2. Inflation comes along, more people fall under the bus, more people call for social programs, they print more money, right?